What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Good morning, and welcome to a relatively normal Bitcoin update again. Last 2 days were obviously filled with fundamentals. In this week, we can actually, or in this week, this day, we can actually start by actually taking a look at Bitcoin again, and doing some real analysis. So I'm pretty happy about that, and it's good to have you all back here as well. Yeah, so pretty volatile days. In the end, relatively positive, even though we are dropping down quite hard ever since the interest rate yesterday. I mean, the interest rate. Oh, what's the inflation rate in France? Pretty okay. But so the inflation or the interest rate yesterday, it wasn't necessarily positive. I mean, the longer term projections actually are still pretty high. Which is negative. It was also as expected, so that's not necessarily bullish or bearish. And then the press conference, I didn't watch, I was not home, but it seems like the effects are at least not what we expected. We expected some more bullish news regarding the monetary policy, but we did get our bullish breakout. Inflation is still dropping down. That's a positive. That's definitely a positive. And with that, monetary policy has to transform into something more bullish for Bitcoin. Otherwise, we'll get into a very deep recession. At least in the US. All right. I'm not sure how other countries are doing it. I believe the interest rates in the EU, for example, is still relatively low. I know Japan has lower inflation rate, but that doesn't really matter for this video. So if we then take a look at Bitcoin, you can see that we almost hit that 18,500 level, and right now we're dropping. All right, so the big support we have is 17,600. Now let's be honest with each other. It doesn't look like that's holding. We found support there once, but the support we got off of that level wasn't too strong. So then you have to think, all right, how big is that support level actually? Because on my analysis, it shows that is the last support, and then it's over. Well, that is not true. There's this, like, what you could actually do. And I always think that's very ugly when I do that, but you could actually extend this like this. All right, so there's this separate support level right now, between 17,600 and 17,400. You could argue 300, you could argue that. I'm not going to do that. But we are dropping down there. We're dropping down to those levels, and those levels are way stronger than the support levels we are at right now. Because in those levels, you got the 200 EMA now as a support. You've got this trend line, which is still valid. It still is, believe me, at least according to my analysis. And you got other EMAs there as well. Break retest off of the 382 FIB. So altogether, what is going to happen with Bitcoin is we are going to drop down there. We're going to find support. And if that support could actually reach like 18,000 again, I think we're going to hold that support for a longer period of time, and I think we're going to actually get into a more bullish market structure, which we arguably have already been, but then we will continue being in that, and we'll start to slowly trend up towards 18,500. At this point of time, this seems like the most likely scenario, given the fundamentals, but also given the technicals. Now, I must say, as I said, like, we are dropping down there, we're going to find support there. And if that support gets to 18,000, like, we really need to get that strong touch, because if we don't get that, if we get a very small touch again, like we did off of 17,600, then I'm not sold, and I become pretty scared that we're going to drop down to like 17,000 again. For now, I don't think that's happening, but in my updates and in the next few days, I might explore that scenario a little bit more if we're not really finding a lot of support at this level. But I do think that until those updates, we'll actually be able to stay on top of that. But like, you can already kind of sense what's going to happen if we don't really get strong support off of that. So yeah, that's my take on Bitcoin this morning. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments as always. But for now, take care. Have a great day and bye.